Hello everybody, I'm SnipingIsFun, and the video I'm going to be bringing you guys today is going to be another Operation Rainfall video, but it's not necessarily my opinions on the matter, or my thoughts on what other people said, or anything that's really recent. It's just going to be general comments that I basically have printed off, that I've seen off of the Facebook pages, and off of GameFaqs and whatnot, just other people's thoughts. I copied it. I looked through, when I was looking through quotes or what people were saying, I wanted to copy these quotes because I wanted to show other people online. I wanted to do it for a YouTube video, just showing off quotes, and at the end of the video I'll give my thoughts on the matter. But like I said, it's not necessarily my thoughts on it, except for these quotes. Not my thoughts on Operation Rainfall as a whole, but just these people's quotes. And I just have to let you know, I don't agree with every little thing they say in these quotes. So don't think this is coming directly from me, it's from these people. I will probably put the comments if you don't remember everything I said or don't really understand everything I said. I will probably put in the details for the video so you can read it if you want to understand it more. But like I said, it's not necessarily I agree with everything, but a lot of these things I do kind of agree with because it's people's thoughts on, like, you know, Nintendo of America, what they're doing, what happened to Sega, the whole localization problem, Reggie and all that stuff. And it's a few quotes I wanted to get. I pretty much got over the last couple of weeks. One which I got today, and one, and I think they were like last week or so I got them, that I wanted to print off and show the people online. I'll read them. I'll read who they are. Of course, on Facebook it has the person's name, and on like GameFaqs it's like a username or so, kind of like that. So that's about that. And that's about that. Before I start the video, though, you guys may be wondering where I'm at. This is the computer lab at my school. I'm not going to give any names because I probably will get in trouble for giving away the name of the school or so. I don't know. I just come here and do some work sometimes, and that's about that. So let's get this video started so this video is not too long. Okay, the first comment is from Buyers, which these first few quotes are going to be from GameFaqs. Nintendo of America still subscribes to the notion that they can survive by releasing fewer titles and focusing on selling older titles to newer owners, such as new Super Mario Bros. Wii or Wii Fit. However, this has not been proven as successful as they hoped it would. Despite this, they have yet to get out of this state of mind and have yet to realize that a console cannot be a consistent seller if buyers feel that Nintendo won't give them consistent games. This next quote is going to be from someone called Nautbert, and it's related, and it's basically like a response to two other people's quotes. I think let me see this. Let me see if I got this right, because sometimes the way the GameFaqs is laid out, I might be wrong. I'm not really sure, like who's saying what, but it was someone who commented, then someone commented on theirs, and then Nautbert commented on like both of theirs, which was basically the response to the original saying, like, you know, comment. Okay, Euphoria205 posted, your ignorance is showing. The vast majority of console JRPGs sell more units in North America compared to anywhere else in the world, including Japan. That's right, kiddies. Even Arcrise Fantasia sold better in the USA. And then Geist posted, which was basically, I think, a response to his. Now, how well did Arcrise Fantasia sell compared to Call of Duty or Just Dance? America isn't the land of JRPGs anymore, and Nintendo knows this. And then this where Nautbert comes in. And this is exactly what's wrong with the gaming industry these days. If a game doesn't sell millions or reach astronomical heights, it is a failure. Gaming, of all things, really needs niche, and as long as a game sells enough to make even a little profit, how can it possibly be bad for the publisher? Publishers just want more money, and they see that games like Call of Duty sell loads more than Renaissance of Fate, for instance. They don't care about that the reason the gaming is so popular is because of the diversity, something for everyone. If niche games disappear, gaming will slowly die. I spend most of my life, my gaming time, on niche games because I'm part of a few niche markets. I don't even want to think about my favorite types of games never being developed. Mega Man has already proved that developers don't want a little profit, but big profit, of also pleasing lifelong fans and instead of also pleasing lifelong fans and supporters. Galceon. A sampling of recent big-name console JRPGs that are already released in or are planned to be released in Japan: Xenoblade, Last Story, Pandora's Tower, Earthseeker, the Dragon Quest Collection, and Tales of Xillia. In North America, none. Except for maybe Earthseeker if it gets localized by Xseed. At this point, Xenoblade is just a vanguard of the JRPG ship. The ship would positively change the climate of North American gamers if it were to sell here, but it has not, and thus North American gamers have suffered. Another thing, 5 of the games I mentioned are Wii games that currently have no official plans for North American localization. If the 5 games were released over in North America, the current Wii drought would be destroyed. I agree with Strategy _ Freak 7, which is someone else that was on the page. There is no legitimate reason not to bring at least Xenoblade to North American shores at this point, with its successful sales in the regions it has been released in, so perhaps there is something greater being planned. Maybe Nintendo has decided to shift gears entirely on North Americans and have convinced themselves that North Americans care for nothing except sequels of older franchises or remakes of games that have been out for over a decade. These games have sold well, and if this shifting of gears has indeed occurred, the future of video games as a whole, at least from Nintendo, is a bit depressing. No more original franchises, no more JRPGs, no more stories that only RPGs can present be told. It's done. If Nintendo's current strategy is indicative for future plans or strategies, I am very optimistic. Consider the Nintendo from 2001 to 2005. Here is a list of Nintendo-owned franchises created or brought over from Japan to North America. Advance Wars in 2001, Animal Crossing in 2002, Custom Robo in 2004, Fire Emblem in 2003, Golden Sun in 2001, Nintendogs in 2005, Pikmin in 2001, WarioWare Inc. in 2003. Now compare that to the Nintendo of 2006 to 2011. The Legendary Starfleet 2009, Brain Age 2006, Art Style 2008, Sin and Punishment Star Successor 2000. Oh, not Star Successor. Actually, it's the original one on 2009 for the Virtual Console. Sorry about that. And the Wii series in 2006, which includes all the games there. Look at how much more risk they took from 2001 to 2005 by importing and creating new franchises for North Americans. And now here they are with 3 commercially successful, critically acclaimed RPG franchises that they currently are refusing to bring to North Americans despite a large online protest. However, despite their actions so far, if they localize these 3 big RPGs and encourage Xseed and Square Enix to bring over Earthseeker and the Dragon Quest Collection, everything could change. And that was for all the ones from GameFaqs. Now let's get on to the ones from Facebook. Okay. Kyle Martin. He says, Japanese Wii owners now have or will have Xenoblade, The Last Story, Pandora's Tower, Dragon Quest Collection, Tales of Graces, and Earthseeker by this September 15th. The Americas, which make up 47.63% of the worldwide Wii market, get none of these games, though maybe Earthseeker will be brought over by Xseed Games. 6 quality RPGs for the Wii, and we get absolutely nothing. Europe is getting 3 of these games, and South Africa and Australia are getting 1, Xenoblade. As an owner of the Wii franchise, can you please give more light and emphasis to RPGs for North Americans? RPGs have sold well here in the past. There's a link to a Wikipedia page, which I will put up for you guys. I think you all will eventually turn around and release Xenoblade, The Last Story, and Pandora's Tower for North America. But until then, just know that there are demand for the games and people quite willing to buy these games at full price. And David Kirkham. I agree. Reggie needs to be fired. This is about Reggie right here. I'm not saying I agree with that, but he should probably get changed, something about that. I used to respect him, but as soon as he saw casuals buying more games, he tailored to them as if he were some bandwagon fan. However, those casuals turned on him because games like Wii Motion Plus, Wii Play Motion, and Mystery Case Files are flops. Fortune Street will flop too. And all of this while Nintendo of Europe is trying to keep up with demand for Xenoblade. Reggie needs to leave. He doesn't hear us. He will next gen with Wii U, but we are here in the present. If he can't hear us in the present, he won't hear us in the future. He's lying through his teeth, and he just needs to leave the company and put it in hands of someone who wants to hear our pleas for Xenoblade and answer them. It's not like the game is a flop in Europe after all. Zachary Wyatt Stewart at David. There's some David guy on there. That's not for me to say, but from the horror stories I've heard of Bernie Stolar, which was the president from Sega, and I didn't really know that until I read all this. There's been a few people that have been spitting this on Facebook. I'd really rather them not follow in Sega's path. From what I've seen lately, it appears that Nintendo of America is beginning to follow Mr. Stolar's example, and I believe that this is something that every gamer should be concerned about, not just Operation Rainfall. This time around, it's Xenoblade, The Last Story, Pandora's Tower, and Fire Emblem Shin Mansu no Nazu. Sorry if I mispronounced that. That are being missed out on. But my question is, what games could be next? Golden Sun 4? F-Zero 7? The next Metroid? Of course, that's all hypothetical, but just think about it. I love Nintendo for my whole life, almost blindly so, and I still do. But this is a cause for great concern. This is why the operating games are so important to me. I'll be right back, because there's another paper I have to read. One last quote that I printed off, too, which is from David Kirkham again. Exactly. You would think Nintendo of America would jump at the chance to use Operation Rainfall to market at least Xenoblade. The name Operation Rainfall has been heard throughout the world. Why not put a little blue sticker on the cover of Xenoblade saying Operation Rainfall requested title? I mean, that's free marketing through Operation Rainfall, yet they still want to sit back and spit in our faces. That's just a little, quotes that people have said. I mean, I agree with a lot of them. I really do think it would be stupid of Nintendo to not do this. I mean, these games are highly demanded, one of which is their own game, Xenoblade, one of which is made by Hironobu Sakaguchi, and everyone loves the Final Fantasy games. And Pandora's Tower might be the least known of the three, but it looks like an amazing game, and it could sell well here. I'm just saying, this is how it says. I agree with that one comment. It's like about the Reggie one. He will hear us in the future, but he doesn't want to hear us now in the present, which makes us wonder, will they actually hear us in the future? It makes us wonder, what are they going to do with Wii U? Are these localization problems going to happen then? They've been happening for years, but like I said in the video before, this could all end. This Operation Rainfall thing can help a company like Nintendo and other companies can learn from it that certain gamers don't like being screwed out of games from certain countries. These kind of games sell well here. People like RPGs. No one in America wants America to be overrun by first-person shooters or, sports games. I certainly don't, and I know a lot of people don't. I'm not saying I agree with every little comment in there, but I agree it's kind of stupid, and like I said about that, what's his name? What's that guy's name? A second here. Bernie Stolar, which was like Sega. I never really knew about this until I read about it on Facebook, but he kind of held back localizations for America for like sports games and all that stuff. And guess what happened to Sega? They're dead right now. They're like a third-party company now. No one wants that to happen to Nintendo. No one wanted that to happen to Sega. But you see, I'm just saying, I don't agree with everything these people are saying, but I agree with the most part of it, and that's one thing about it all. I'm still going to support Operation Rainfall. I'm still going to try to get these games here, and I hope everyone else does too. I will put these quotations in the comment section, in the details. You could read them all fully there. Maybe not today, but I'll get to it probably tomorrow or so. And hope you guys like this video. Please subscribe if you want to. Continue supporting Operation Rainfall if you already are, and if you aren't, if you're interested in RPG games and you don't want to have to jump through the hoops to play some games from importing or homebrewing or any of that stuff that should not be needed, please join it too. Sign K-Wing's petition, join the Facebook page, and let's get this ball running. See you guys later. Peace. Please subscribe if you want to.